to the Gaming Feats experience.
And we are live. Uh-oh. Looks like we got a some kind of like privacy square blocking John. There we go. John, another episode of Gaming Feats and all that. We don't really have a topic. We're just kind of hanging out and all that stuff. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Doing excellently and all that. So, well, actually, no, there's some things to chat about and all. One is that guess who finally got the broke the 5 million point mark in Burger Time?
I'm gonna guess that might be Robert Fawcett.
That's me right here. That's absolutely right. 5.2 million.
Congratulations.
Thanks. And I could have gotten more, but the way that it ended, well, let's just say that it glitched out. Meaning this, like I had all these lives saved up, John, I'm going to just go ahead and go into the chat real quick. Okay. So, in case anybody wants to chat on it with us and all that stuff, we'll have that available. So here's the thing. I got finally over the 5 million point mark. It took forever. 5.2 million. I might've been able to, potentially push it up to 5.5 million, but, just because of the fact that the stage that I got into was my pepper refill stage where I don't point press or get every single possible point that I can get. So what happened is that, I was like, I needed a break. I just gotten over 5.2 million. And then the next stage, guess what happens? I die, even though I had all my lives built up. I died, game over. So I got past the 128 life mark at some point and did not burn my lives fast enough, but it doesn't matter. I got 5.2 million. One of these days, I'm probably going to go the way of just like tracking that stuff, kind of like I've seen Jordan Dorrington do that for Galaga, where he'll track, he'll write something on a piece of paper or whatever, kind of to track things and all that.
Yep.
So that's what I probably need to do, is just like track how many lives I potentially gain. I'm going to do it mathematically, because I know that every 20,000 you actually get new lives. And then once you get over 990,000, it's weird. It's like every point that you get adds a life. Like it's trying to make you zoom up to 128 lives, and you do not want to do that. So probably what I'm going to do is that just keep track of my lives, and then take care of it, because I feel like I could have actually pressed for a lot more. Of course, I wasted unnecessary peppers throughout that game, but I did get above it. I got the IMP file. I got the perfect capture. It was streamed live. I just haven't gotten the time to stream to or send it to Twin Galaxies. By the way, I just noticed something, John. Did you do some kind of effect with your computer? Because you look good.
I blurred the background.
Yeah, your background's been blurred. It looks really good.
I wanted to try that, just to see what would happen.
Okay. Well, no, it looks really good. I'm looking at the composite right now. I'm like, hell, that's pretty badass. All right, so down to brass tacks here. So you told me that you started the Galaga God Gaming page. Tell us about that.
Well, it's a stream, so we're streaming gameplay, and so far we've only streamed Fortnite, but we'll probably stream some other games as well. I might stream some Galaga at some point. We're looking at League of Legends, and then some of the other games like that. The newer games, not too much older stuff, but here and there it wouldn't be bad. Maybe even some Heroes of Might and Magic 3.
Yep.
But yeah, anything that's popular. I really want to try out Valorant, whatever the pronunciation is. That's taken over #1 on Twitch 4 times Fortnite.
Really?
So I'm really curious. I guess same people that made League of Legends made it though, and I've heard some people say it's not so great, but right now that seems to be what's hot.
Cool. Well, last week we had an excellent podcast. We were talking about the Twin Galaxies and its current state and all that, and that was a huge podcast. Very clickbaitish. I think it was clickbaitish on our part, but we had some excellent guests, and I wanted to thank Was it Tim Friedman, if I'm not mistaken? Tim
Todd
Friedman.
Todd Friedman.
My bad. I'm so bad with names. Todd Friedman. I knew the last name was Friedman. Mark Schultz. Triforce Johnson. Yep. Did we have any? Oh, and Lonnie McDonald.
Yes, Lonnie McDonald
Yeah,
came
Lonnie
in for a
McDonald.
surprise
Yeah,
appearance.
yeah, Joust Master there.
We tried to get Josh Auslander on. He's not available tonight. We were going to maybe have him come on and just tell us what he would have told us last week, but he wasn't available, unfortunately. So maybe we can get him on upcoming, and he can just give us some thoughts. Outside of that, though, that new stream thing we're doing seems to be going. It's building up fairly quickly, and I think that it's going to be decent once we get it going a little longer.
So okay, so my understanding is that since you did this new stream here, and my understanding is that immediately you've had immediate success. Am I correct with that?
I mean, we're almost up to 100 followers on Facebook, and we're working on. I don't know where we're at with Twitch, but we want to get up to that 50 mark, for the
for affiliate and all that.
Yes, and I guess Facebook's somewhat similar. You get 100, then you can apply for whatever their thing is. My daughter's the one we're really working on that. I thought about seeing if she wanted to jump on and talk about it, since she knows a little more about some of that stuff than I do. But not sure if she's busy or if that would be viable for right now or not.
Well, it looks like right now we got 2 viewers here and all that. So welcome to our viewers, and feel free to chat with us on whatever platform that you happen to be on. We do see that there's Twitch viewers and all that, but we've got the chat set up to where we can intake Facebook, intake DLive. Actually, I've actually checked out DLive.
I like DLive.
DLive, if you're talking about instantaneous, that's where it's at, man.
And no delay, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, literally no delay. So that was really, really interesting, seeing that, getting a viewer from that. That was really, really cool. So, so the thing is that already you've got about almost 100 followers on Facebook and all. Mm-hmm. Right now, of course, you're focusing on Fortnite, and then the alternate is Valorant. The new game is Valorant. That's what's big right now.
Yes, VALORANT, and I haven't played it yet, so I'm really curious how it plays. It's another. I heard it's somewhat. Well, I'm going to say that, and then it won't be. Somewhat similar to another one of those League of Legends type games or Fortnite type game. One of the newer things where you got a bunch of people and you just jump in and play.
So let's do this here. I'm actually switching the. I actually did some experimentation earlier. Let's see here. Where the hell is it? There we go. All right, we're going to be just moving this right here. We're going into Twitch. Wow, that's scary there. Deer. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I see. It's like a drag thing. Okay. All right, well, good for them. So, okay.
What happened?
Oh, I'm actually on a web page view here. I'm trying to get to... Okay, let's see here. Valorant. There it is right there. I don't know if you're following on DLive, John, or not. And actually, I'm going to move you right up here. So, yeah, I do see this. Valorant, closed beta. Huh.
Which is, again, Fortnite is still in early release, even though it's fully operational. So... I think that's just how a lot of these companies are doing this now. They're just staying in perma early release or beta mode. Because, obviously, Valorant, with the number of people streaming it, it's mass release.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Sorry, I had to, if you see yourself moving around on the screen, I had to get you set up and all that stuff. I got you behind the page view here. So, no, that's really interesting. So I've got something for you. I found a new game that, well, it's new to me. Remember, new to me might be old to you. It's came out within the past 5 years. It's on the PC, and it works excellently in Linux.
Notice that screen you have up there, though. You see that game under just chatting?
Sea of Thieves. Ooh.
That's the one I mentioned to you before. You might like that. I'm telling you, you want to check it out if you can. Again, if you can play it, but it's really cool.
Sea of Thieves is a first-person open-world game where players form a crew of pirates and seal off. Huh.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and what were you saying? I kind of interrupted you there.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh, okay. Yep, I've heard of that one.
Yeah. Got us back on chat now. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5, it actually plays flawlessly in Linux and all. So that's really, really, really cool that, that it finally, I'm able to get, it's what it amounts to is the Steam compatibility and all that. The Steam compatibility features in Linux, or I should say the Linux compatibility features that are within Steam and all that I'm able to install and run some games. And Metal Gear Solid 5, it's perfect. I will say, though, it's interesting because, like, whenever I play a game, I always have, like, a system analyzer or something like that to see, like, how much system resources are being used. The game itself uses 450% of my CPU processing power. Now, the thing is, though, is this. What that means is in Linux, that means that, 4.5 cores are basically being used. They're, because remember, my system is 12 cores, and that I've got dual Intel Xeon processors, but I've got 6 cores apiece. I think with your PC, you either have a 6 or a 4 core or something like that. But the thing is, your computer's built specifically for gaming. Mine's just like an old server that I just repurposed just for fun and all that. But it was really interesting seeing it. I'm trying to get it to where I can actually stream it. I think the thing is that the game is so resource intensive that I cannot stream and play the game at the same time like I'm used to doing on my system. So I'm still trying to tweak it. Maybe because right now the settings that it's on right now look phenomenal, and probably if I can just maybe like tone that back a bit to free up some system resources and all that'll help me to be able to stream. So
how about just a very brief, quick Linux for Dummies, just real quick.
Sure.
So you showed me that list of games that you can play.
Yeah, I'll get that up here. The Proton Database.
What prevents you from just playing Fortnite?
One is that it's not released on Steam. Mm-hmm. That's number one. It's not released on Steam. I did find and here I'm actually going to go to Proton Database. So basically, this is the database that lists all the games that run natively, which is what green is. Gold or platinum means that it's running near perfect, and then gold is really, really good too. So there's a lot of games on Steam that I can actually play. But as far as why I cannot play Fortnite, the reason being, it's because of the fact that instead of using Steam, I have to use something else called Lutris, which is like from what I understand, like another hacked version of Wine that's not really built for Linux. Like somebody did it on their own good time, did it on their own free time. You see, with Steam, they use what's called Proton, which is another reworked version of Wine. And what Wine is it's a compatibility layer. I don't want to say it's an emulator for Windows because that's not what it does. It's actually a compatibility layer that allows me to run Windows executables and batch files and all that stuff. The thing is that Steam, they have a team of people that have dedicated themselves to working on the reworked version of Wine, whereas whatever some fan did with Lutris or whatever, at least this is my understanding, doesn't work too well. And another thing is that the people that I think that, if I'm not mistaken, at one time Fortnite could run natively on Linux, but the people at Fortnite, whatever outfit or developer or whatever is in charge of Fortnite, started going after Linux people because of the fact that it doesn't run. basically a Linux machine does not run like Windows. And that's part, well, how do I put it this way? Because it doesn't run like Windows, the developers and whatnot for Fortnite think that I'm cheating or something like that, and they will ban you. They will. Mm-hmm. So, and I think as somebody had explained it, I think it might have been, there's a YouTuber, a famous YouTuber by the name of Linus. His name is Linus. His show is Linus Tech Tips. Really good source of information as far as computers and learning like basics and all that, because he like breaks things down in layman's terms. But I think what's happened is that because, say for example, like the game runs at a certain rate or something like that, like a certain rate that's expected for Windows. Well, it knows that it runs at this rate. Linux does not work at whatever rate or whatever setting or whatever that is expected of Windows. And as a result of that, the devs think that you're cheating and therefore you get blocked. So part of the thing is that I could try hacking it, but the thing is that the main reason why I won't do it, I don't want to break my system, if that makes any sense. Meaning this, whenever a Linux user says, I don't want to break my system, that doesn't mean it's going to be broken. What that means is that if I go and I hack and I do something, it'll render whatever I have installed right now inoperable, which means I have to wipe and reinstall again. And it's a pain in the ass. I hate doing it. I really, really hate doing it. It's time consuming. And especially right now, the version of Linux that I'm running with right now, I think that I've had this installed for Debian Buster 10. I've had it installed for a year and I've had no issues with it. And I don't plan on going and hacking something to get it to work. So I really don't. Now, it begs a question, though, because I have been thinking about doing this, which is running Windows, Microsoft Windows, within a virtual machine, meaning I'm running an operating system within an operating system. And in fact, do you know what the safest way to run Microsoft Windows on its own? The safest way.
Safest way?
The safest way to run Microsoft Windows on its own.
External hard drive?
No. No, not at all. Run Microsoft Windows within a virtual machine that is running that's being powered by Windows. In other words, you're running Windows within Windows, if that makes any sense. So, like, say I can demonstrate this right now, okay? Hold on one second. We're going to go to this right here, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to get my virtual machine right here, okay?
Oh, by the way, I was just informed that we hit 101 followers on Facebook for Galaga Got Gaming. So I'm kind of excited about that.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Here, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, John.
Okay.
All right. So, power on my virtual machine. Does that look familiar?
Yeah. Yep.
So right now, I'm running, as you can see right here, I'm running Microsoft Windows within Linux right now. So let me see if I can... Yeah, Windows XP. Hold on one second here. Let me see here. God, it's been a while since I messed with this. How do I go full screen? No, I don't want to do that. Oh, there we go. Full screen. So now I've got a full screen. So now, literally, I'm running an instance of Microsoft Windows XP, so within my operating system. So this might be actually a solution for me to be able to play Fortnite. Let me see if you recognize this one. There's only one reason why I have the Microsoft Windows XP installed. It's so that I can play The Sims, because it's the only way I've found to be able to play The Sims within Linux.
Yep, my daughter liked The Sims.
Oh, this is one of the most badass games ever, man. I mean, if you're talking about... You want to know something? Actually, John, I was thinking about this. This might actually be a solution. Yeah, so this is my house. Of course, I've got a guitar, and I can shred like that in real life, John.
Awesome.
All right, let's see if we can get women over here, because that's what it's all about right now.
Get the hookup.
Exactly. Let's see here. Call neighbor. But yeah, as you can see here, this might be a solution that actually that might actually work. If I find out the specs of like Fortnite, because I do need to probably do that. Just run Microsoft Windows 10, like a very basic version of it within. Let's see here. Who can we get here? No, not somebody. New. Okay, Eloisa. Let's see what we got here. Okay, call. Invite over. Well, anyways, the thing is that might be actually a solution. As far as like being able to play like something like Fortnite, which is to install it into a. Oh, that stinks.
She said no go.
Yeah, she said no go.
Oh.
She don't want to come over and all that. So I guess that means, I don't know. Let's make something in my chemistry set or something like that. Oh, that's good. The blue potion makes me feel better. No, there's like all these different potions, man. I mean, this, like my favorite one is.
So does it say quaff a potion?
Yeah, quaff a potion. Yeah. Oh, and I've got another blue here. So, I guess, God, I guess I'll look for a job then. Or actually, I need to go to bed. But anyways, that's the thing though, is that maybe that might be a solution. Is that I run Microsoft Windows Home, like the very basic version of it, run it within a virtual machine, so that I can play something like Fortnite. Granted, I'd have to look at the specs and I'd have to see like how much disk space it takes up, because
It'll take a bit.
Fortnite, how much?
I'm gonna be off if I try to guess, but I'll give anywhere from maybe 40 to 60 gigabytes.
Oh, hey, Jason Strawn's on. So, hey, Jason. I'm just
Hey, Jason, how's it going?
just showing.
So you've got the restream chat up.
Yeah,
Wow.
the
I can
restream.
actually see that.
Oh, wait a minute. You have the. Hold on. You have the. Do you have like the browser up or whatever for that?
For
Tracking, because like right now I can't see anything.
I've got that delay. I was looking on Twitch instead of DLive, so I had the delay.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I should be watching on DLive.
That's what I would. That's what I'd say, John.
Yeah, I mean, shit. All right, let's see where we're at here.
But yeah, as you can see there, like I'm running an operating system within an operating system right now. So, so that might be like a solution. So I'm going to go ahead and exit out of this here. Yeah, quit, save. So that is something that I can actually do, is play like old games, Windows XP games in here and all that. So a lot of people don't know this. So let's see here. Yeah, so to anybody that's watching here, no, I'm not running Windows natively. I'm running Windows within a virtual machine. This is basically an operating system within an operating system. Now, so let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and just turn this off, just shut down my computer. Or I should say shut down the virtual machine.
Right. Yeah, that's really cool. Because if you can get to where you can play pretty much anything, that would open up some interesting possibilities for streaming gameplay even.
And what's cool about that, John, is that if it'll work, The one thing that I would not have to worry about is that, oh, how do I put it this way? Is that if it works the way that I think, because I can assign, like within a virtual machine, I can make the virtual machine as powerful as I want. I can make it the same, like I can make it as powerful as the host computer that's running it, if that makes any sense. In other words, where I turn on the computer, and if I want to make like, I mean, God, let me just see here real quick. It's been a while since I messed with this because I really only have it set up to do just one thing. So let's just go back to this web page view. So, if I wanted to say like, oh, new virtual machine, local media install, whatever. Do I have a thing of... Can't remember. It's been a while. Okay, that's not it. So, hold on one second here. God. Trying to do this on the spot. It's been forever.
I was going to try to go without my glasses, but I guess I'll have to put them back on. That's a bummer. Getting more glare today than normal.
Okay. Here I've got like Ubuntu and all that. So choose volume. Okay, forward. So like as you can see right here, John, see right here is that I can assign right here on my virtual machine. Right now I can make Ubuntu, which is another version of Linux. For whatever reason, I've got that downloaded. I don't know why, but which is kind of the story of my life. I've got all kinds of things downloaded, and I don't know why, so I probably need to delete it. But the thing is, though, is that I can make it have as much RAM as I want. It says here, have up to... Now, my system actually has 48 gigs of RAM, so I could actually make it up to that. And then I have CPUs. Now, what that is that it's a CPU. It's a... by core or whatever. So it says I have a total of 24 CPUs. Technically, no. I have basically 12 cores, and each core has 2 threads. So basically, I have up to 24. So probably for something like that, I would just do like 4, which would be basically like a dual core system. And then I can run it with like, 16 gigs, or actually just to make it better, a little bit over 16. So hold on one second. I think, what is it? 1024. I have to go by the 1024 times 16. 16384. That's what it is. 16384. So, yeah, I can literally make a virtual machine basically to where it like emulates whatever computer that I'm working with. So, probably for like a gaming rig or something like that. A lot of people are using, I think, what is it, like a lot of people still use an i7 4900K, like that series, 4th generation i7, which runs really, really fast. So probably I would do it with like 8 cores or something like that and assign 16 gigs of RAM to it. And what would happen is just that machine would partition those resources, and those resources would be entirely devoted to those to that system. And then probably I'd be able to stream using whatever I'm doing within Linux. So yeah, it's quite possible and all that. So going back to chat here. So okay, so we got here.
Oh, you know what? I should mention this real quick because I did not see this last time because I didn't have the DLive open specifically. I want to really thank Fireman CV for donating 2 ice cream. I don't know what that does yet, but he donated 2 ice cream. And he also had followed. And also Gabe Weiss just followed. And we also got a follow from Women Shouldn't Vote.
Wow. That's really pre-1920s there, my friend.
Well, I mean, maybe he's been watching South Park, you know. Get your ass in the kitchen and make me some pie.
Right. So, anyways, John, though that might be a solution. I actually got a install of Windows 10 Home Basic, so I might be able to do that later and all that. See if that actually works. But that might be a possibility because I think, like right now, I think the big thing is that with virtual machines, the ability to be able to pass through. So I know this. I went to a Linux user group meeting once, and they were talking about this, about being able to pass through your graphics card into a virtual machine and all that. So the idea is that, you know, if you have Windows installed on a virtual machine, you know, you can make the system that you want, so to speak, if you got like a big powerful system and all that, and it should be able to play. It should be. And the thing is that the system itself, you know, Windows 10 would actually be, you know, basically, if you think about it, instead of it running across my whole system, it would be like kind of like closed off and be like partitioned, if that makes any sense, you know, to where it can't affect with anything else. It would not be able to. So I do know this, virtual machines and all that, or at least I've been hearing about what other hackers have done. You know, the Hackintosh community does something similar to that, that in order to get their, in order to like have like a Mac OS run on non-Apple hardware, they do something. I haven't read up on it. Personally, I would never ever try it because of the fact that I just don't have the time for it. And actually, I have a system that could run Mac OS, like similar to like a Mac Pro from 2 generations ago, like the old cheese graters, not the new ones. But, you know, it is possible. So, you know, but the thing is, I think they do something where they run it in a virtual machine to like get it all set up, and then they finally get it set up, and then they've got basically a Macintosh computer that's, you know, not Macintosh price. So, yeah. So, Greenkey TV asks, what do you guys think about mobile games? John?
I play some of them. I mean, I guess it depends on your preferences.
Yeah. I play sometimes too and all, you know what I mean? So, not really too, you know, me, I always have my laptop around. I always carry around I mean, John, you remember whenever I was at, what was it? Myself, you and Mark Schult, we were at that, Billy Mitchell, deal. Oh God, what was it? Back in 2019, I think February 2019.
You talking about in Indianapolis?
Yes, in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
So I always bring along my laptop, so I always have like a, you know, computer to play around and all that stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess he meant like device, like
an
tablet.
iPhone game. Yeah.
Yeah, or tablets. Yeah, and I play a lot of those. And Armando, when he was on, he was saying how he plays Mobile League. So I guess it's League of Legends on your phone.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, that'd be a pain in the butt to me, but I play Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, different. I mean, I've played probably hundreds of games on mobile.
Well, prior to my phone, now check this out. I don't know if anybody can see it. That's the state of my phone, John. Somehow, like, do you see like at the top there? I don't know if you're watching on DLive or not. See like the top there, the black streaks and whatnot?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I think I got water in that and all that, and that's my fault because I remember distinctly.
Oh, smokes.
Oh, it's okay. Grinky, do you know what kind of phone I'm using? Because the deal is this: the phone that I'm actually using, it is a Moto G7. No, I do not use an iPhone. No. I'm not going to pay for that. So I am cheap. So I actually use Mint Mobile for my mobile provider. My cell phone bill is, I prepay it, and it comes out to around $20 a month for unlimited talk and text and 8 gigs of LTE. So my deal is that I just switched from my phone to Galaxy S20 Ultra. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I'm a Droid user, but I actually use like a budget phone because I don't need to do anything really with it and all that. So the deal is, John, is that this my Droid phone, I think it costs like $170. I bought it used off eBay. And everything was working with it was fine, actually. But the problem is that I didn't have a case on it, like a water protective case. I was in a rush. My wife was wanting me to go on a walk with her. I can get 3 months of Mint Mobile for $5 because of my... Dude, that's badass. That is awesome. That is awesome. Very awesome, Greeky TV. So, anyways, John... Probably about, I think this phone here costs $160, $170 or something like that. I bought it used off, or I should say refurbished or whatever, off eBay. Because that's just how I go. Because like I'm the kind of guy that just likes to pop out the SIM card and then slap it into a new phone and I'm ready to go. That's how I roll. So, this phone, it got water damage, but it's like, $170. Oh well. And it was my fault, too. It's because, like, I was on a rush. My wife wanted me to get out the door so we could go out on a walk. I had to wash my hands. And I didn't dry them. And I didn't dry them appropriately. And I know that my phone was working prior to me going to the bathroom. And then, I must have grabbed the phone. My hands must have been wet. Probably the water seeped into, like, the headphone, the earpiece or whatever, the audio portion. And... I noticed that, what was it? I was about to like run an app to track the distance I walked, and I noticed that the screen was all messed up. So I know exactly what caused it. It was my idiotic fault for not drying my hands sufficiently. So that's how that goes. So yeah, I will not use an iPhone. Time to upgrade to iPhone. They are somewhat waterproof. Granky TV, I'm a cheap bastard. You want to know what the thing is? I've already got a new phone coming. I've actually got the Moto G7 Plus coming, which is a step up from the phone that I had and all that. And I've got a waterproof case with it, $220, and I'm getting it tomorrow. So this happened like 2 or 3 days ago that this got damaged. I'm already set, man. I'll be able to pop the SIM card out, put it into the new phone, and I'll be able to rock and roll like nobody's business. So that's how that goes. And actually, I'm upset too, John. Do you know why I'm upset? I found...
you don't have your keyboard going?
No, that's over there. Dude, that thing's a pain. It's right over there, man. That thing, look at how big that thing is. I mean, full-size keyboard and all that stuff right here. That thing...
Oh, there it is. Yep,
yeah,
I see it.
It weighs a ton. I mean, it weighs a ton, and it's so hard to move and all that. So, no... the phones, whenever I bought a phone and all that, why is that keyboard so big? Well, Granky TV, it's technically not a keyboard. It's a synth. It's a full-size synthesizer. It's a Roland Juno DS 88-key synthesizer. It's a full-size piano, and it's got weighted piano keys. That's why it's that big. It's actually a professional keyboard. I should say it's an entry-level professional keyboard because they're... what is it?
So what's the difference between weighted piano keys and regular ones?
Well, I mean, a piano key is a piano key. I mean, meaning that what I mean is that this synth does not have synthesizer keys. It doesn't have the plastic, like flimsy, keys that you would have like on like a keyboard, like a Casio, like a child's Casio keyboard or something like that. You know what I mean? So yeah. That's the difference. It's got like, I mean, if you were to sit at it and play it, you would say, oh, this feels like a piano. Actually, Grinky TV, you've actually missed out. Sometimes I do hook up the synth, and I do actually serenade and play and all that. So I actually do that from time to time. Tonight, though, I'm just chilling out and all that stuff because that thing is a pain in the ass. It weighs a bunch trying to move it over here and all that. So... that's how that goes. Well, anyways, as I was saying, what I'm upset about, John, is with the phone, I found even cheaper options that are better than what I have going. So, but it was too late. They already started the process of delivery. So you live and you learn. You live and you learn.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, Grinky TV. John and I actually we do get on here and we'll sing a little bit and play the piano, or I'll get one of my like 1980s synth sounds and all that. It's a lot of fun, whole lot of fun. So, okay, so John, if I get this going with if I'm able to run Windows 10 Basic in a virtual machine, and I'm able to get Fortnite, because isn't Fortnite Battle Royale free?
Yep, sure is.
So let's take a look at that. What are the system requirements for Windows 10 Home Basic? Hold on, I'm going to get this so people can see what I've got going on here. So Windows 10.
Just upgrade to Windows. Keyword upgrade.
No, I am not going to give up Linux. I love it.
Why not just have another computer with Windows?
My wife won't let me have another computer.
Oh,
So, you've seen what I'm rocking out, dude.
yeah.
I mean, you've seen how big of a monstrosity that is. A Dell T7500. No, my wife said that I'm done on computers for a long time. So, Windows 10 Home Basic specs.
Oh, interesting. Well, well, maybe not. I'd be better probably talking like Beavis the rest of the episode than Cartman. He's a little harder for me to do now.
So Windows 10 minimum specs, 1 gigahertz of or faster processor, or blah blah blah. RAM 1 gigabyte. Well, that's horrible. I mean, I would be running a 64-bit version of Windows. I know that. I'd be able to assign 16 gigs. Processors, I would actually assign eight cores to it, so that would be like having a quad core in there. Yep, got that, and I've got that. So hard drive, 16 gigs, okay. So what are Fortnite specs? Fortnite minimum specs. Okay. God, I don't care. I don't want to read your damn article.
Oh, they've got settings that systems that are that have lesser power can, you can reduce the settings so you can still play sometimes, but yeah, you should be able to find it there. It is going fairly decently. Rob is currently looking up specs for Fortnite. He might be joining us in the realm of craziness.
Okay. Recommended system requirements, okay?
Yeah. TP for my uncle.
So GTX 660. Well, I've got a GTX 980, so that's fine. 2 gigabytes of video RAM. Well, I've got that taken care of with 4 gigs with my GTX 980. 8 gigs of RAM. I'll be assigning 16 gigs of it, so that's not a problem. Core i5-7300U. If I'm not mistaken, that's a dual core, 38.5 gigahertz. Well, I'll be able to run that with my whenever I assign a quad core at 3.067 gigahertz, so that'll be fine. Because it's a dual core processor just as well as this one is too.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be a problem. How much
Windows 7, 8, or 10.
How much, but that's the thing though, how much like hard disk space or memory is needed? That's what I want to know. Like how much solid
I'd say if you've got 80 gig, you're safe.
Fortnite,
I would guess.
hard disk space. I know everybody says 16 gigs. Okay.
I don't know. It takes more than that on mine, I thought.
Fortnite Battle Royale system requirements, minimum system requirements. So you know what I would do, John, is that probably for something like this, because I've been thinking about doing this, is buying a bigger solid state drive for myself. Go up from, because right now this is rocking out. Actually, I think this one is at 500 gigs, so I need to up it to like a terabyte.
Now, see, that one recommends 20 gig, but I have a feeling it's more than that now. You might want to check the data on that, because I'm pretty sure now it's a fair bit more.
Well, here is what
I mean,
if you've Fortnite taking over
room.
Fortnite taking over 100 gigabytes of space on hard drive.
Yeah, see, that's more what I was.
Okay.
I was thinking around 80, but maybe it is 100 now with all the updates. I'm not sure.
Yeah. No, okay. So what I would do is, because like I would probably do this thing, because I do need to get a new hard disk, solid state drive. What I'll do is that I'll have it to where Fortnite is around. Lickety says that Fortnite is around 20 gigabytes. Okay.
Oh, is it?
Grinky TV says, or using an emulator. Just play Fortnite on your phone with a controller, or use an emulator on your PC. That's the thing, though, is that I want to, Grinky, I want to get the right, I want to get the right feel and all that stuff. I want to be able to, whenever I'm playing Fortnite.
Oh my God. Grinky wants to see some mud gaming.
Oh my God. John, are you able to follow the chat while I do that?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Actually, what I should do is probably open the restream chat. That'd probably be smart.
Yeah.
Plus, I promised I'd show somebody that. That just reminded me of that.
Do you want me to show it? Grinky TV, you want to see a boss fight? All right, I'll get it fired up here. Hold on. God, I don't even. Oh, we just got a follow here. Lickety, thank you for following, Lickety. We really appreciate it.
Lickety.
Yeah, so hold on. You said that because I can actually get the chat here. So what John's talking about is this. Nope, that's not it. Here it is. So what this is that like how we are streaming the multiple platforms and all that. I actually figured out a way to how to hack the chat. So if I say hello everyone.
Oh, there you go. There's a question for you.
With everyone.
Although I wouldn't mind playing it too.
Through the different platforms. So yeah, just sent that chat out. You going to play Sea of Thieves? I'll have to see if Sea of Thieves is available on my system and all that. So I'd have to see that. We need some Warzone gameplay. Okay. Let me, God, how do I... All right, let me see that. You might want to upgrade it. Oh, Grinky TV. You are not going to get me to switch to Windows. It will never happen. Never. Let me see here.
Notice he's saying upgrade, not switch.
Oh. Will not give it up.
Warzone gameplay. What's that like? I haven't played that.
All right, so let's see here.
I don't think.
Grinky TV, you want to see some mud gameplay? I'll do a freaking mud gameplay here. So start mud. I know that I lost a lot of my EQ recently. All right, let's see what we got here. So I've actually got
EQ. That'd be a good game to stream. You meant equipment, of course, I'm guessing.
Yeah. What happened was that I was mudding and all that, and I didn't chest my equipment, and because of that, I lost all my stuff. So that's kind of how that goes. So anyways, yeah, this is what I literally play for hours and hours on end. So let's see here. Who's on
I
tonight?
tried EQ2 for a little while.
So we got 41 people on. So who unidle? Who's actually... So we have 41 people on, but 8 of them are only active. So it's myself. Oh, Gimdori. That dude's a hero, man. Dude's a badass, actually. Actually, all these guys are. Dead Chill. And then Stoat.
Zombietron.
No, there is no Zombietron. Oh, Zombietron the white? Oh, it's probably some newbie, man. So let's see here. A boss fight? I can tell you one thing that I need to do. I need to go get some EQ, and we can start with Elmo the Strongman. Okay. Nope. Back. God, it's been forever. Wagon. Okay. So I need to prop myself. I need to get the flame fist and all that going.
Elmo the Strongman.
Elmo the Strongman. Oh, let me make this bigger for people. There. That might help out a lot.
Suddenly, bright flames burst out from your toes and flash over your body, ending up into your knuckles.
All right, so we're going to kill Elmo. Thing is that he strangles and all that, so let's see here. I'm going to use key on him, because I'm actually a monk. Prot Pref. So it looks like I stunned Elmo, so that's good. Stunned him again. Now he's regained control of himself. He's moderately hurt. Literally, guys, I will play this for hours. I'll even go into a bar and play this. And I've been kicked out of places for playing this because people thought I was hacking. Okay, so I need to leave. I have to run out of the room.
Grinky wants to know how long it took to learn all of these commands.
I'm still learning. I've been playing this game since 1996.
And there's at least 7 different ones.
Oh, well, a lot. I can't see. What's he saying?
Oh, no, I just said, and there's at least 7 different ones.
How long did it take to learn all those commands? So, Grinky, a lot of this stuff is that I'm actually using a MUD client that I've actually programmed myself. Or I should say I've tweaked it for my own purposes and all that. That has been something that I've been working on since 2013. However, I have been playing this game since since 1996, since I was a freshman in high school. So I'm still healing myself.
You should start a bar for gaming. Yeah, that would be a good thing.
I think we already got that.
There's never too many or enough.
They need something in Carmel, I'll tell you that much, where I live. So they really do. Alrighty.
Get something to have the plugins at every table or whatever, and you could turn that into a really cool thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was a freshman in high school when you were 2. Yeah, 1996, that's when I was a freshman. Did y'all ever play the old school Final Fantasy? Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I did.
Yes,
that was one of my favorites at the time. Yeah.
Never beat it. But I did get to the, the Rat's Tail or whatever, to make like the little guys bigger and all that. Yeah, I definitely have played Final Fantasy, the first one, but I've never beaten it. I beat Final Fantasy 2, but I was using Game Genie codes. All right. Proton Preft, so we are going to go in and attack Elmo yet again.
I like to make my little guy bigger too.
Multiple entendre.
All
right.
Uh-oh. Kung Fu.
I'm using
Kung Fu some ass.
Yeah, I'm kicking his ass. Kicking Elmo's ass. Thing is that Elmo strangles, so, he'll choke you to death. All right, that's good.
Maybe
He's
PlayStation.
stunned.
Wasn't very-
He's in bad shape. I'm going to win this battle.
How many times can you kill Elmo? Over and over? Not as many as you want?
He respawns, and it's like a spawn every 5 to 10 minutes. Equip. So I got his Elmo's tiger suit. I'm going to take his corpse. Oh, I can't take I can't dig a grave. So the reason why
Can you piss on it?
It's a good question. I've never done that. Piss on corpse. Urinate.
The ground isn't so.
Pee. Piss. Well, apparently poop means something. Hold on. Lick. Okay. Lick corpse. Yeah, that I guess even Finnish people have standards, I guess. So, all right, leave out.
Oh, need person for lick. Lick corpse missing person. Is it still there? Lick corpse of Elmo.
Well, the thing is, I have to take the corpse. I'm gonna just go sell it because the thing is that I usually I have a tinning kit, which helps with eating stuff and all that. Like, let's see here, sell all.
So you sell the corpse?
Nope, I sold it. Yeah, I sold it and I got 500 gold for it. Okay.
How was Assassin's Creed? I always wanted to try that and I never did. He said it was addicting. How long do I think it would take for someone to get a basic understanding of Fortnite if they've never played it before? If you're only playing Battle Royale, minutes. It's you just jump in and start killing people. You just grab weapons and stuff. And now the building can take a while, but I don't build, so I mean it depends on what you want to do. They have a version called Save the World as well, that you actually buy, but you can get free V-Bucks just by playing it, and you get daily rewards, and every 7th day are V-Bucks. So it actually turns out being well worth the purchase if you want to purchase it, but you don't have to. Battle Royale, yeah.
This pisses me off. This pisses me off, honestly. This is one of the things that I hate about Zombie Mud. You've got these guys who've been playing for longer than I have, and they put in a much more. They play longer than I have, and they put in more time into the game. And then you got shit like this. Like, here's the thing: is that I need to go buy a good. Well, the monster, or I should say, the NPC that's there to sell it.
Yeah, the shopkeeper or whatever.
The shopkeeper, they effing killed it. We got these that's one thing that I hate. All these stupid fucking overachievers, man. I'm not joking. Like, that's part of the reason. Like, what was it? See, back in the 90s, there was in Zombie Mode, there's what we had, which was called vulture culture. Like where all these people would purposefully, they would actually become clerics so that they could resurrect people. Well, the thing is, there was a lot of high-level players that were playing back in the 90s and all that, and a lot of people made a lot of experience by just resurrecting people. Like, they made their careers, their muddy careers.
So you got experience resurrecting.
Yeah. So if you resurrected somebody, you could get well over 1 million and all that. And if you reincarnated somebody, that was straight 1 million points. If you resurrected a high level player, yeah, you got some of their experience and all that, and it could be in the millions and all that as far as like million experience, so you had literally a lot of mudders in this game who made their career. Well, the thing is just like interest dwindled and all that, John. And what happened is that the players that kept playing, they kept improving and improving. I mean, you got guys on here like, let me see here, who yeah, let's see here. I mean, like Dis, he's been around. He's been around forever. Now this dude, yeah. This dude, Conglommo, I don't even know if he plays anymore. I think he's got like some server set up that logs him in automatically. Aun's been playing longer than me. He was there from the beginning, prior to 1996. I mean, you've got all these guys here that have been playing. I mean, like, look at my level, 111, and that's after like 7 years of playing, and I haven't maxed out yet. 120 is the.
Have you ever played old school RuneScape, Rob?
No, I have not. No.
No,
Well,
it's not.
I'm gonna end this because that pisses me off. Fucking overachievers! I swear to God.
So, I completely lost my train of thought. What was I going to say? No,
RuneScape. I've never done that. No.
Better start building if I want to go pro. Well, I'm never going to go pro, but I can kill people that do build. Actually, I had a 17 kill game the other day, so I set a new high for myself.
Is it just because of the fact that people kept building and all that? Because you said that you think that building's overrated, or it takes you.
Well, I mean, it depends. I mean, you can do things with it. You can stop people from hitting you, and you can put up walls. You can build these giant towers, and it's harder for people to hit you. But sooner or later, oh yeah, and a win today. But sooner or later, they've got to fight you. And if you just go somewhere where they can't get to with their build, they have to come to you at that point, and that's how I win a lot.
I see.
Let's take that advantage away from them.
No, cool. So, well, John, I'll say this much. I'll see what I can do. I'll have to find and see if I got that thing of Windows 10 available. And that's, I guess, recently. And by the way, I'm sorry if I didn't respond to anything on Facebook to you and all that. You know what happened on Monday, right?
What?
I'm a year older.
I don't know.
I'm a year older.
Oh yeah, I sent you a happy birthday.
No, thanks. It's stated my phone's been off and all that. So yeah, May 4th. I was born on Star Wars holiday, May 4th. So
yep.
That's how that goes. But no, I was gonna say no. Thank you for the birthday wishes and all that. I really appreciate it. But I guess because I got some money and all that, because that's all I ask for anymore. Like I really got everything that I need when it comes down to it. So got some birthday money, and probably I'll use that to buy a solid state hard disk or whatever, and just copy things over and all that, and buy one that's like a terabyte or something like that, and just get that set up to where I can actually put on a virtual machine of Windows, maybe assign like, I don't know, 256 gigs to it or something like that, or 180 gigs, whatever, just for being able to play the latest game. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. Oh, I was talking about the Battle Royale version of Fortnite. So yeah, I mean, if you want to just play it, you can just jump right in and start playing. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, really. You just grab whatever weapons and ammo you can find and start killing other people.
So I play CS:GO. Will the skills translate over?
Yeah, I mean, it's the same kind of game. It's just instead of going and planting a bomb and trying to defuse it, you just go around and kill each other. How many splodes do you have in Fortnite? What are splodes? You mean blowing people up? Yes. Oh gosh, I don't know. I mean, sometimes we have to do challenges for it, but I mean, I don't know, maybe a couple hundred. I don't really try to use those that much.
I don't mean to bring this up, but I got a friend invite from you from another account that you have on Facebook.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. That I made completely brand new specifically for my oh wait.
I don't mind to show it.
I made it specifically for. Oh yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna eventually be doing a podcast that's a little different, and Some people might be offended by it, some might not. It depends on, what you're.
That's a
Yeah.
that's an awesome.
It's
I have to say that is an awesome, a
it's
very
got a group.
awesome.
There's a group and a page for it as well, and it's going to turn into a podcast. And I'm going to talk about not only, I mean, primarily politics, but I'm going to also get into other things, maybe a little sports, maybe a little gaming and some other fun stuff. But uh, it's more for controversial stuff that not everybody's going to want to watch. I'm sure it'll be called obnoxious by some people because I'm a dick, but
That is no, I actually like that. Controversially, John. Controversially,
yes.
John.
It took me a long time to come up with a name because I wanted something simple that was kind of catchy. And after hashing out a lot of different names, that was the one I chose.
Oh,
What do you
that's
think of
really,
the logo?
I like the logo. I really like this. No,
Just a
absolutely.
simple, just simple.
Yeah, no, it's all that you need is something simple. It
Yep.
doesn't have to be. I mean, heck, you look like the logo for Facebook, like up here, and it's just an F, a lowercase f. So
Yeah.
no, this is perfectly fine. Very, very fine. No, I like that. I'll definitely tune in on that, man. So
Yep. And I
yeah.
also had, I had Galaga Gaming follow Gaming Feats Experience so we could get another follower.
So okay, Lickety just said this. He goes, Lickety says, I suck at CS:GO, but I'm decent at Fortnite. It's a totally different game. So here's the thing, though, Lickety, is that it's very well known that whenever you play live on CS:GO, there are a whole lot of cheaters on CS:GO. I do know that for a fact. In fact, actually, there are YouTube videos of them talking about people cheating and all that, and like I even look for stuff like that too. You know, if I like see like a replay or something like that of somebody like just blindly shooting for no rhyme or reason, like somebody like taking a sniper shot or whatever through a door, when there was no indication that there was another person on the side of the door. I'm sorry. Yeah, CS:GO is known to have a lot of hackers. Yeah, like I mean, you even have like I've even heard about this with CS:GO that you've got like teams John, they'll do this literally. They'll do hack versus hack. Like you'll get like the hackers and they play against each other and they're going to see whose hack is better. Hack versus hack. I mean, it's so stupid. And you got like people like me who are just casual gamers that just want to, go in and blow off a little bit of steam. I am Lem and CS:GO. Pre-firing is a big thing. So, okay, Grinky, I do know that pre-firing is a big thing and all that. Like, say, for example, like if I'm the terrorist, like I play a lot of Dust 2, okay? So, if I'm the terrorist, of course, I like to get a sniper rifle and just focus beeline down, down that corridor, down middle or whatever, and take a shot. So I can see like where you can hopefully anticipate that somebody's going to be coming or something like that. That perfectly makes sense. And I mean, yeah, you can blind fire. You can start like if somebody throws a smoke screen, you can start blind firing and all that. But when you're talking about somebody apparently blind firing through a smoke screen and it's an automatic headshot, majority of the time, I'm sorry, that while luck does happen, it doesn't happen that often. So, but I do know that pre-firing is a big thing. I mean, I definitely do know that. I mean, heck, there are so many different ways to play that game. I know that if I'm on a team and I'm wanting my team to win, I'll play pawn. I have no problem playing pawn and being the hero. So I usually only get headshots. Yeah, you know what I will say that what's funny is that as you play the game and all that, and I think that's why like possibly like if I go from CS:GO to playing Fortnite, I do think that that skill of using my senses and all that, hearing the opponent, where are they at, where's their movement and all that, and then also because of the fact that in CS:GO automatically I'm trained to go for a headshot because you want them out. You want that person out immediately. So that's kind of how that goes. John, what are your
Hey,
thoughts on
Todd,
it?
how's it going?
Hey, Todd, how you doing?
I would agree, and I think I'd have a hard time believing that Lickety sucks at CS:GO, but
John, I will say
that would surprise me.
so on that, John, I will say this. It's kind of like luck of the draw. There are some times where I play CSGO and like I'm a hero and I do not hack. I do not hack that game. I don't know how. But the thing is, though, is that, like I'll get with a bunch of people that are probably like even skilled for me, but then like I'll get put into another group and I can tell that they're hacking, especially like whenever they do like the helicopter thing or the the erratic motion thing. That's I think oh god, I forgot what that was called. I forgot exactly what that was called. There was a specific. I don't think it's an aim bot, but literally you'll have like this thing, like you'll have like a player that's like moving erratically, like turning in circles and whatnot, and they'll if you get in their line of sight, it's an instant death, and obviously that's a hack. So Greenkey TV says Fortnite is at 36.8 gigabytes. I'm downloading it right now. Okay, so that means that probably I'm looking at about what would you say, 180 gigs. John, would you say that 20 gigs for the operating system and then 160 for games if I was going to do a virtual machine? Because I have to set the size of the hard disk.
Are you going to do, how many games are you going to do maybe? If you're going to do...
Probably one at a time.
Several. Oh, okay, yeah, one at a time, that should be fine.
Yeah. One at a time, easy. That's what I would do.
So how are things going with you, Todd? And look at he sucks at keyboard and mouse. Is that one you can't use a joystick for? And is it only PC? I thought it was on console.
CSGO.
Is it not? Yeah. Is it not on console?
I don't think CSGO is on console. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Web page view here. If we want to know something. All right, CSGO platforms.
Oh, PC only, Greek, he says.
No, Counter-Strike Global Offensive is on Windows, OS X, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and Linux.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't know if
trading cards. Oh, nice. So apparently there's another book coming out for the Walter Day trading cards.
Oh, excellent. Very good, Todd. Glad to hear that. Very glad to hear that. They could add it to console.
So apparently it is on console then.
Yeah. It's possible, though, that there were plans for cross-platform multiplayer between Windows OS X. Hold on, let's get this here. There were plans for cross-platform multiplayer between Windows OS X, Linux, Xbox 360, and PlayStation 3 players, but was ultimately limited to include only the PC versions because of the difference in update frequency between the systems. On August 21st, 2012, the game was publicly released on all platforms except Linux, which would not be released until... No, they delayed it by about a month, which would not be released until September 23rd. So, John, remember like what I was telling you about like source code and all that? If you got the source code for something, if you've got the source code, if you got the entire source code, you can figure out how to compile it and run it in any operating system. How you can run the shit on BSD, all that good stuff. So long as the system has enough to do that. That's like back in the day in the 80s, between Apple II and Commodore 64, there were a lot of the same games released for both systems because of the fact that both the Commodore 64 and the Apple II were running a version of BASIC. So because it was running BASIC, if I was the developer, to make sure that I could get like make sure that it runs good on both systems, I would basically code my game for the system that has the lesser of the system, lesser resources than the other. So I can't remember. I would think that the Commodore 64 would have been a bit more powerful than the Apple II because of the fact that Commodore 64 I think was newer. I think didn't the 64 come out in like 82 or 83?
I thought they were real close, but maybe I'm wrong.
Commodore 64.
So what he said, Grinky says, how do I get a card? I'm going to set some Club Penguin records in the re-release. How do I get on a card?
I'm on a Walter Day trading card. Remember the event, Galagathon?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I think I still have. Hold on, let me see if I still got that here. It's the only it's the only trading card I'm on.
Is Todd still in the chat by chance? Basically, Walter puts people on cards. He'd have to know you, I guess. Can you battle them like Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Well, mine would always win, but no. No, it's just more like a baseball card. But I mean, I guess a game could be made for something like that. That'd be kind of interesting, actually.
So this is what, Tom, we don't know if you're still on and all that. So this is actually it right here.
Oh, you're looking up the Commodore and Apple?
I was. Look, here's the Galagathon flyer that I actually created way back in the day. Wait a minute, that's an old one. Hold on one second here.
Yeah, I thought you had yourself on there.
I did. There I am. See it now? It was a fun day. That was actually a really good day.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so I have to give myself some props on this because this actually was a poster that was made and all that. I actually made sure that it was 8.5 by 11 inches and all that whenever it would print out. And yeah, you know, you take a look here at the people that were in this, you know, yourself, John Klinkle, you know, Galaga world record holder for rapid fire, 3rd place at Score Wars, myself, Galaga Mame 3rd overall, Burger Time Mame 8th overall, which now it'll be 5th overall.
Yeah, I was just going to say you've moved up.
Yeah, track and field event Mame world record holder, which I still do have that as far as I know, but then also I need to add pole position. And then Billy Mitchell, Jordan Dorrington when he was 3rd overall for 5 ships and 2nd overall, point press 31. And then Mark Schultz, Galaga 10th overall at 5 ships, which now he's the single ship world record holder. So, you know, that's all good there and all that. So, yeah, this was a fun event and all that. But yeah,
everybody on that flyer is now a world record holder.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Jordan, you know, Mark, you and myself, and Billy still holds some records, doesn't he? Or, I mean,
well, technically, yeah.
I'm not going to get into controversy there, but it was a fun, fun event. And God, I love it because of the fact that put this together. It was one of the most creative things I've ever done. Definitely up there and all that. So
before they amended the rules, Billy Mitchell had put up over 20 million points on Centipede.
Crazy.
Lickety asks where's Ninja, and Grinky says we should do a Galloping Ghost stream. Go there and play games. That would actually be kind of cool. I would do that.
So that's the thing, John, in the future, and I don't mean to be winding it down, but I promised my wife I'd be in bed by 11:30 and all that because she's going to work tomorrow. Yeah, I know. It's kind of one of those things. We've been going, well, that's in about 11 minutes. So I got to ask you, whenever this nonsense is all up and all that, live stream at, say, like someplace like whether it's, I don't know if we could do it at Galloping Ghost. I don't know the layout, but I know one place that has an excellent layout and conducive to streaming. Tappers.
Yep, they are. Definitely. At Galloping Ghost, you'd kind of have to be mobile. So that would require a little bit different setup. But we have in that area, if he's available and not doing anything, we have Joe Piscitelli.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the three of us or whoever could go and make a day of it. Or even a weekend for that matter. We could get a lot of footage.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, well, does anybody have any questions before we go? We're gonna. Sorry, this is compared to last week where we had like 3.5 hours and all that. This is we're coming up on the hour and a half mark. This is pretty short by our standards.
Yeah,
So
but
any,
it's good.
yeah, no, it is good. So yeah, sorry we didn't have really anything planned out and all that stuff. I've been busy with work, and also my phone has been acting crappy. Galloping Ghost is in Chicago or
Brookfield, so about a
Brookfield.
half hour west.
Okay, so Brookfield, suburb of Chicago. So that's where Galloping Ghost is. I've actually driven by it. You wouldn't know it if you drove by it and all that, because you can miss it. And I think parking's like really bad there, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it, John?
Oh yeah, that's one thing that of everything that is probably the biggest drawback. But there are a few other places you can park and walk. So it depends on when you get there and all that. As far as the closest Galloping Ghost, there is just one. It's not franchised, so there is only one at this point. I don't know if that's in the works, if he ever plans on doing something like that, but Doc Mack, the one that owns Galloping Ghost, he's actually involved in so many things. They've got a reproduction studio. They've got an auto repair facility. They've got like all these different. They've got a martial arts studio. They create arcade games. They've just made one called Dark Presence. It was in the works for several years. And I think they finally finished it, and they sold every copy they had planned on producing.
So right now I'm actually showing pictures of Galloping Ghost here as it is on Google. So take a look at this. This is nuts. I do want to see this one day.
Probably around 800 cabinets now.
Oh God, I can't imagine. A little Neo Geo lineup.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at that. Look at that right there. And that's a crappy picture. Now look at that.
Almost any game you could even name, they have.
See the Sinistar
and just a little quick tidbit. I believe they open at, I'm going to get this wrong, I always do, but they have a website and Facebook. I think it's 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. every single day, 365. And it's $20 a day to get in. And all those games are on free play. So for $20, you got a lot of time. You can just go in there and play whatever you want. And they give you a receipt so that you just show them that if you want to leave and come back in, you just show them the receipt. Old Time Crisis. Yeah, I think they do. I'm pretty sure they do. I think I played that there.
Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong Jr.
Got games there's only one of. And I mean, they've got one of a kinds. They've got three of a kind, like games that they only made three of. Some games they even have prototypes that never made release. They just have gone out to collect whatever they could. Yeah, definitely want to get back there again.
Oh man, they got Kroll. I've always wanted to play.
Dude, they've got everything.
Hold on, there's a Three Stooges arcade game?
Probably. Huh. I mean, it may not have been released.
I see it right there.
There's I don't know if it's, I think it might be a Beavis and Butthead game that never made production, but they have one of the 3 copies known to exist. And they finished it. Somebody finished it. Like the game. It never finished. Then it was never finished, and they finished it, I think. So it's kind of some cool stuff that they have there. The pinballs, I don't know if those are on free play. That's something they've just added recently.
No,
and
pinballs.
Most places don't. Some places do, but most don't.
As Colton Blanchard let me know.
The maintenance is much more expensive.
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, the thing is that you're talking about. So this is kind of my deal. Whenever you have moving parts in a game, mechanical parts and all that, they will fail. It's just a matter of time. And you're talking about the bouncing, the ball and all that. I mean, it's a ball bearing. I mean, I've actually felt the taking a pinball out and it's weighted. I mean, it's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you throw
it's like a steely.
Yeah, you throw it at somebody. I mean, you're going to hurt them really bad and all that. So. Deal is that you're talking about some major maintenance. I do know, though, they are big money makers, especially at Tappers, I know that they make a lot of money. I know that High Score Saloon, I know that they make a lot of money too.
Pinball gaming is bigger than video gaming,
Yeah.
as far as retro goes. Retro.
Yeah, no, easily. The only thing is that it costs money to maintain those things. I mean, and that's, as Colton, actually, he gave me a lot of insight into pinball and all that. So, what the deal is that you've got your hardcore pinball fans that'll just play and play and play and all that. But the thing is, that's like, very far and few between. So here's the thing with pinball, like you got to figure out how to catch the casual fan and all that. So one thing that High Score Saloon did down in Evansville, they actually got a Stranger Things pinball machine. So they made a pinball game out of the Netflix series. So that's going to capture some fans and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm sure that there's all kinds of different fans. So like, there's a Game of Thrones pinball and all that captures Game of Thrones fans and all that. Let me take a look here. I just thought of something stupid. Sopranos pinball. Do you think there's a Sopranos pinball?
I would bet there is.
Hold on. Let's see it.
And if there's not, there's probably one coming unless they are having trouble working out the deal.
There it is. Sopranos pinball machine, $7,000.
Yep. That's the other thing. They're also expensive.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're talking about some money. I'm thinking, what would be another, like, pinball game?
Dukes of Hazzard. There's one of those.
Oh, yeah. There's that. Well, no, come on. Let's go with hard then. Let's go, like, really, really hard.
Right. Oh, no, there is one for sure. How about, what was that other game? Or not game, show. Viper.
Viper?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure what this is because, like, whenever I think of Viper, I think of like a Dodge Viper.
That's exactly right.
Viper Night Driving.
But I'm talking about based on the TV series.
Is that
not the car itself?
Nah, I don't have that. No.
Ha.
Oh, well.
What's that? That was kind of cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, thank you for joining with us and all that. I'm going to call it a night because I promised my wife I'd be in bed. And John, thank you for being on and all that. So really appreciate it.
Yep.
So, hey, good luck with your new podcast and definitely check out his page. What was it? Galaga God Gaming on Facebook, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And on Twitch, it's Galaga_God_gaming.
Let's take a look at that here. Webpage view, Galaga God Gaming. There he is. Looks like I'm already following you, so we're good to go there. So Galaga God Gaming, check it out. He's got 103 followers. He's doing the, oh God, you got a spotlight video and all that stuff on there. So absolutely excellent. So definitely take a follow of John's new endeavor there. So we hope that you see some success off that and all that good stuff, man. So yeah, absolutely excellent. Well, anyways, thanks, John, for being on.
And thanks everybody for watching.
Yeah,
and for any follows we picked up.
Lickety, thank you very much for your follow. We really appreciate that. So anyways, have a good night, everybody. Take care, be safe and all that. And it's coming to an end. So talk to y'all later.
See you.